Lucy Clarkson. I'm here in Marrakesh. I'm here at the Sparna Refuge with one of the donkeys that was just brought in this morning.
When you try your best but you don't succeed.
Hi, now we've come to a country market here in Marrakesh. As you see, I've got this old little fella here. He seems quite sad. To the fact that here he's tied with his legs together so he can't run away. In Marrakesh there's thousands of them all the time here, end on end, every single day. Your money goes towards helping these animals get a more of a humane bandage to go around.
And the tears come streaming down your face. When you lose something you can't replace.
Now the vet here at Sparna is asking what the problem is with the donkey. They're checking the teeth, seeing if they need worming, which is fantastic because here Sparna can provide that for all the people here, and they get quite proud about looking after their animals. You see, they're really proud. You know, they're all queuing up, ready to have some treatment, which to me is wonderful. It's such a nice feeling.
Lights will guide you home.
Now, one of the main problems that's caused in Marrakesh is these saddle sores. Because they have to travel for such a long time and the saddles are not padded, they tend to wear away the skin and cause these bad wounds. Now, fortunately, what your money can buy here at Sparna is what we call a donut, which is sewn into the saddle and goes around like this and manages to keep it so it can heal and hopefully get better.
I'm going to put this like that.
Now what we're seeing now is one of the vets is sewing into the pad the donut. We're now going to help and see if we can get this on the donkey's back. There we go.
لا لا
Yeah.
exactly.
Very good needlework, it's done it.
Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones. And I will try to fix you.
Now I know you're all sat there glamorous and having your dinner, and I just want to take 5 minutes of your time just to say that seeing animals in pictures and on the TV where cruelty and starvation, you know, you never really see what happens, but being here at Sparna in Marrakesh and being in the refuge and seeing cases like this that's been brought in this morning is so painful to watch. It's incredible. And that Sparna are doing such a fantastic job out here that you should really, really, really just give a little bit to them and just see what they do. It's fantastic. Thank you.
In the studio by Lucy Clarkson, who's a model, and Jamila Jamil, who's a former model and now a model scout. A very shocking, provocative photograph there. What do you make of it?
I think it's gratuitous voyeurism at its worst. It's so tasteless, and I think they're exploiting obviously a very sick young woman. I think it's just a cheap publicity stunt.
But it's an important message, isn't it? That this kind of thing shouldn't be tolerated.
No, absolutely, but I think that they're pointing a finger just at the fashion industry, which is completely unfair. The fashion industry is not full of size 0 girls. I mean, usually the women who we see in the press who are size 0, these are like 5'2", 5'3" women. At 5'10", it's virtually impossible to maintain a size 0. I have never in my life experienced a woman that size, you know. My heart goes out to her, but I've never seen anyone like that on the catwalk. They wouldn't put it on. 2 weeks ago, Charlotte Carter was turned away from Models 1 for being too thin. There's a complete turnaround in the industry coming. It's not like this.
What about you, Lucy? Have you seen people like that on the catwalk?
I just think size 0 is really extreme. I mean, you're on the point of dying. But I do think that, you know, all you have to do is go to a catwalk show and see the sample sizes that we as models have to get into. And 5'10", 5'11", 6-foot girls that are requested for the catwalk, you know, are going to be put under a lot of strain to get into these samples. You have to be, I mean, they're 6 to 8. I mean, you know, naturally I'm a size 10.
What sort of a weight would that be? Because I was saying that the woman in the image that we're looking at is just under 5 stone or 31 kilos.
Yeah.
What would a catwalk model
well,
at that height
I
weigh?
think they really like you between 9.5 stone. I mean, which is ridiculous.
Do you feel that you've been put under pressure to lose weight?
I have, and that's why, I mean, I've just recovered from bulimia, and it was all drawn to years and years of constantly being told to lose weight. I mean, you know, you did say it's changed now in the industry.
But people explicitly told you to lose weight?
Oh, God, in front of people as well. I went all the way to South Africa for someone to turn around and say, I need to lose weight. We can send you to this lady that will, you know, train you to lose weight and have all these electrodes put over you, and, you know, which is just ridiculous.
The thing is that this is like 7 years ago. It's a very different place now. We're much less negligent about, you know, the health and the well-being of these girls. You know, it was a long time ago, and it's terrible that you went through these experiences, but I've had about 10 girls taken over this summer, all size 8, all about 5'9", 5'10", and I'm always very strong with the parents. I always ask them, you know, are they naturally thin?
It is a debate that keeps raging though, Jamil, this whole business of the size 0. I mean, it is the first time really that a very negative image has been put out of someone who is super skinny, because it's quite easy to look good in clothes if you are skinny, but to actually see what is underneath that might send out a message, mightn't it, to young, vulnerable people?
She's not an example of a fashion model, I'm sorry, but no fashion models look like that.
Well, she's not, but through the eyes of someone that's got anorexia, they will say, page 3 of the Evening Standard, it's all attention, and they will probably think this girl, you know, doesn't look ill through an eyes, you know, of someone that's got the disease. And I think it's always good to raise an awareness with an eating disorder, but you've got to be very careful not to glamorise it. And I think here, it's a bit of both.
We're right out of time. It is a heated debate as ever, but Lucy Clarkson and Jamil.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for coming
much.
in.
Thank you.
Let's get the weather.